Yo, what's up everybody? It's your man Smart Life. And today, we are conquering the wild, wild world of airport security. Specifically, that moment of panic we all feel when we realize, oh shoot, I've got like a pharmacy in my bag. We've all been there, right? You're sweating, trying to remember if you're allowed to bring that bottle of Dayquil, or if they're gonna toss it in the bin with the oversized shampoo. It's stressful, but guess what? It doesn't have to be. That's why I'm here to break it all down. The do's, the don'ts, and the hacks that'll have you gliding through TSA like a boss. We're talking about real talk, practical advice, and maybe a few laughs along the way. Buckle up, because we're about to make traveling with your meds a whole lot easier. Let's do this. Alright, let's be real for a second. Nobody wants to get to the front of the security line, heart pounding, only to have some TSA agent eyeing up your precious pills like they're about to shut down the whole operation. You know that feeling, right? It's like all eyes are on you, judging your entire life based on the contents of your toiletry bag. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But seriously, navigating airport security with medication shouldn't feel like a game of Russian roulette. First things first, let's talk about the basics. Whether you're rocking a suitcase full of vitamins or you've got a whole pharmacy of prescriptions, knowing how to pack your meds is crucial. And no, I'm not talking about just shoving them in your sock drawer and hoping for the best. This is about strategy, people. We need to make sure those meds are accessible, organized, and most importantly, TSA approved. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to be that person holding up the security line, digging through their bag, desperately trying to find their meds while a line of impatient travelers stares you down. No, we're going for smooth sailing here. We're aiming for that moment when you confidently place your bag on the conveyor belt, knowing that your meds are packed perfectly, and you're good to go. And by the end of this video, you'll be walking through airport security with the same swagger as a seasoned flight attendant. Alright, so you're packing your bags, getting hyped for that trip you've been planning for months. You've got the essentials. Your phone charger, an extra pair of socks, that weird inflatable neck pillow you swear by. But hold up. Before you zip that suitcase, let's talk about meds. I'm talking about that little baggie of ibuprofen, those daily vitamins your doctor made you promise to take. Even that prescription bottle that's practically empty but you're too paranoid to throw away. We've all been there, right? Standing at security, praying they don't flag your bag, sweating bullets as they give you the side eye. No one wants to be person holding up the line because they forgot how to pack their meds properly. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and let me tell you, it's not a good look. So, to avoid any awkward encounters with TSA, let's break down the packing essentials Neistat style. First things first, original packaging. Keep those meds in the bottle they came in, especially those prescription ones. Why? Because that little label with your name on it is like a VIP pass for your pills. It tells TSA exactly what they're looking at, and saves you a whole lot of explaining. Plus, it's just good practice, you know? Keeps things organized, easy to find, and you won't accidentally pop a vitamin thinking it's your allergy medicine. Now let's say you're a creature of habit, a master of organization, and you've got one of those weekly pill organizers. You know, the ones with the little compartments for each day? Super convenient, but here's the pro tip. Throw in a copy of your prescription, just in case. Think of it as backup. If TSA has any questions, you've got the documentation to back up your story. Next up, we're talking about streamlining your experience, because who wants to spend more time at security than they have to? I'm all about efficiency, and that's where this next hack comes in handy. The clear bag method. It's exactly what it sounds like. Grab yourself a clear plastic bag, like those quart-sized Ziploc ones everyone has lying around, and dedicate it to all your medication needs. Pills, bottles, that weird tube of cream your dermatologist prescribed. Throw it all in there. This simple trick is a game changer, my friends. It's like giving your meds a VIP pass through security. TSA can quickly see everything, no need to dig through your bag, and you can breeze through the line feeling like a boss. Plus, it keeps everything together, so you're not frantically searching for that one pill bottle at the bottom of your backpack while everyone else is impatiently waiting behind you. And speaking of backpacks, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the granola bar in the backpack. Don't, and I repeat, do not be that person who stashes their meds at the bottom of a bag filled with snacks. No one wants to find a stray ibuprofen mixed in with their trail mix. Keep it separate, people. A little organization goes a long way. So, to recap, keep those meds in their original packaging, throw in a copy of your prescription for good measure, and embrace the clear bag method. Trust me, your future self will thank you when you're sailing through airport security like a pro. Alright, now that we've got the packing basics down, let's talk about the real deal, TSA guidelines. Because let's face it, no one wants to have their precious cargo confiscated, especially when it comes to medication. I've heard some horror stories, my friends, and trust me, you don't want to be the main character in one of those. So, pay close attention because knowing the rules of the game is crucial to a smooth airport experience. First up, let's tackle the age-old question. What about liquids? We all know the 311 rule for carry-on liquids, right? Well, good news. When it comes to medication, TSA gives you a little more leeway. That's right. Those liquid meds over 3.4 ounces, you're good to go. The catch? You gotta declare them at security. Just let the TSA officer know what you've got, maybe flash them a smile, and you'll be on your way in no time. Now, if you're like me and prefer to keep things simple with good old-fashioned pills, then you're in luck. Solid medications like pills, capsules, or even powders don't count towards your liquid limits. That means you can pack them to your heart's content, within reason of course. I'm not saying you should bring your entire medicine cabinet, but you get the idea. Just remember, keep them organized and easily accessible, just in case TSA wants a closer look. But what about those special cases? You know, like if you require medical devices like syringes or EpiPens? Well, fear not, my friend, because TSA has got you covered. Just make sure you've got the proper documentation. A doctor's note or a prescription should do the trick. This just lets them know you're legit and not trying to sneak anything suspicious through security. Here's a little secret. TSA doesn't need to know your life story. They don't need a detailed explanation of why you're carrying 6 different supplements or why you need that specific brand of cough drops. All they care about is making sure everything is legit and safe. So, keep it brief, keep it simple, and keep it moving. Remember, time is precious, especially when you're trying to catch a flight. And speaking of time, let's talk about efficiency. The key to a smooth security experience is being prepared. Don't wait until the last minute to dig through your bag for your meds. Have them ready to go, preferably in that clear bag we talked about earlier. This shows TSA you're on top of things, you know the rules, and you're not there to waste anyone's time. Now I know what you're thinking. Casey, this is all well and good, but what if I get flagged? What if they have questions? Don't panic. Just stay calm, be polite, and answer their questions honestly. Remember, TSA officers are just doing their job, and they're there to keep everyone safe. A little cooperation goes a long way. So, to recap, know the TSA guidelines like the back of your hand, keep your meds organized and accessible, and don't be afraid to declare them. And most importantly, stay calm, be cool, and remember you've got this. Alright, Globetrotters, this next chapter is for you. We're talking international travel, and let me tell you, when it comes to medication, things can get a little tricky. Different countries, different customs, different rules. It's enough to make your head spin. But fear not, my friends, because with a little preparation and a dash of Neistat wisdom, you'll be navigating those international airports like a pro. First things first, and I can't stress this enough, do your research. Before you even think about packing your bags, look up the medication laws for your destination country. Trust me, this is crucial. Some countries have strict regulations on certain medications, even common ones like painkillers or allergy meds. You don't want to get caught off guard and have your essential meds confiscated at customs. And speaking of customs, let's talk about translation. If you're traveling with prescription medication, it's always a good idea to carry a translation card. This little card, my friends, is like a magic key that unlocks understanding with customs officials. It clearly states the name of your medication, the dosage, and any other relevant information, all translated into the local language. Trust me, customs agents will appreciate the effort, and it'll save you a whole lot of explaining. Now let's talk backup plans, because in the world of travel, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Along with your translation card, make sure you bring a printed copy of your prescription. Keep it with your medication at all times, just in case you need to show proof of legitimacy. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket, ready to be deployed if the situation calls for it. Let me paint you a picture, my friends. You've just landed in a foreign country, exhausted from a long flight, and all you want to do is get to your hotel and crash. But first, you have to face the dreaded customs line. And to make matters worse, you've been flagged because of those 5 bottles of melatonin you thought you needed for jet lag. Now, you're stuck trying to explain yourself in broken French, desperately wishing you had done your research. Not a vibe, right? Trust me, I've been there, done that, and let me tell you, it's not a fun experience. So, do yourself a favor and avoid this scenario altogether. Pack smart, research the local laws, and keep those translation cards handy. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way, especially when you're navigating the complexities of international travel. And here's a bonus tip. If you're unsure about a particular medication, reach out to the embassy or consulate of your destination country. They can provide you with the most up-to-date information and help you avoid any potential issues. It's always better to err on the side of caution, especially when it comes to your health and well-being. So, to recap, international travel requires a little extra vigilance when it comes to medication. Do your research, pack smart, and be prepared to answer any questions customs might have. Remember, with a little effort, you can breeze through those international airports like a seasoned traveler, medication in tow and ready to conquer the world. Alright, so you've got your meds organized, you know the TSA playbook like the back of your hand, but let me hit you with some next-level travel hacks, because let's be real, traveling, even when you're super prepared, can get chaotic. That's why you need backup. First up, the portable pill case. Think of it like a mini vault for your daily meds. This little guy is a lifesaver, especially on those long-haul flights where the last thing you want to do is dig through your carry-on for your allergy meds while battling jet lag. Trust me, I've been there, it's not pretty. Now if you're like me and you've got a whole medicine cabinet going on, you might be thinking, Casey, my pill situation can't be contained to just one small case. And you'd be right, that's why you gotta diversify. Get yourself a few different sizes, maybe a weekly organizer, maybe even a cute little pouch for liquids. The point is, keep it organized, keep it accessible. Nobody wants to be that person holding up the line because they can't find their meds. Plus, having a designated spot for everything just makes you feel like you're winning at life, even if your flight is delayed. Now let's talk about those temperature-sensitive meds. You know, the ones that need to be kept at a certain temperature? Yeah, those guys, don't sweat it, literally. A small, TSA-approved cooler bag is your new best friend. These things are clutch, especially if you're traveling to a destination with a drastically different climate. Just make sure it's small enough to fit in your carry-on, and be prepared to take it out at security. And here's a pro tip. Freeze a small water bottle, and toss it in the cooler bag. It'll keep your meds cool, and you'll have some refreshing H2O once it melts. 2 birds, 1 stone. Boom. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate backup plan, the medication list. Yeah, I know it sounds a little old school, but trust me on this one. Write down all your medications, the dosages, and your doctor's contact information. Alright guys, we just threw a ton of info at you, so let's do a quick rewind. We talked about keeping those meds organized like a boss. No more digging through your backpack like a raccoon in a dumpster. Original containers, people. And that little clear bag trick, TSA loves that. It's like giving them a high five with your carry-on. And don't even get me started on those TSA liquids rules. Listen, I've been there trying to stuff a giant bottle of sunscreen into a tiny plastic baggie. It's not a good look. But your meds? You got options. Just declare those liquids and you're golden. Remember, we're not trying to smuggle anything here. We just want to get to our destination with our sanity and our meds intact. And if you're jet-setting across borders, do your homework. Some countries have rules stricter than your grandma on a Sunday morning. So here's the thing, the real takeaway. The nugget of wisdom I want you to walk away with. Being prepared is like having a superpower when you travel. It's like having a force field against stress, delays, and those moments when you're like, did I pack my toothbrush? When you're prepared, you can handle anything. Delayed flight? No problem, you've got your meds, your chargers, and your emergency stash of gummy bears. Lost luggage? You've got your essentials in your carry-on, because you're a pro traveler now. And speaking of essentials, let's not forget the most important one of all, snacks. Always pack snacks. Because nobody makes good decisions when they're hangry, especially not at 30,000 feet. Trust me on this one. Alright, my travel companions, that's a wrap on today's medicine packing extravaganza. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, or at least got a good laugh out of my TSA shenanigans. Now it's your turn. Hit me with your best travel tips down in the comments. What are your must-have items for a smooth journey? Do you have a secret weapon for organizing your meds? Let's share the knowledge. And hey, if you found this video helpful, even a little bit, do me a solid and smash that like button. It helps more people find these tips and tricks, and that's what it's all about, right? And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future travel adventures. Safe travels, everyone!